Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Savannah Liddell, and if you're returning, then welcome back. I know it's been a couple months, but I'm back. So today's video is going to be all about the new Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I'm also going to be doing a review on the Stay Naked concealer. So if you have been wondering how this foundation wears, if it's good, if you should spend your money on it or not, stay tuned. Just a few little things I want to say is if you're new and you haven't subscribed, stop what you're doing, hit the subscribe button right now. Also give this video a thumbs up because it really helps me out. And then if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Savannah Liddell. And yeah, I'm gonna get straight into it because that's why you clicked on this video. So I do want to prep my skin before I start putting on the foundation. I'm gonna do basically what I would do on any normal day, which I've already cleansed my skin. So now I just need to moisturize. So today I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Gel Lotion. This is a really good moisturizer for during the day, I feel like. Definitely combo. This is oil free and it's really lightweight, but it's also still hydrating. So it's really nice and it plumps your skin too. And guys, this is actually my second time trying to film this video. Basically, the first time I filmed it, so this is not a first impressions. I've already tried the foundation out, but I at least wanted to do it on camera and give you guys a review. But basically, the first time I did film it and I loved the footage and everything. When I went to go edit it, guess what? There was no sound, so there was literally nothing I could do with the footage. So here we are starting over again, but I just look at it as a lesson. Make sure your sound is working before you start filming the whole video. So now my moisturizer is on. I do want to go in with an eye cream. This is the Confidence in an Eye Cream from It Cosmetics. It's supposed to brighten, repair, and transform. I definitely need some hydration under my eyes because that's like the driest area on my skin, I feel like. And especially if I'm going to be trying out a concealer, I want it to lay really nice and smooth. So this is an important step. I'm just going to pat that in. I know you're supposed to use your ring finger, but I always use my middle fingers. What I typically use for my foundation to apply it with is a beauty blender or this Real Technique sponge. Before we get into everything, I just want to show you guys the packaging on this. It's a really, really beautiful packaging. And I am in the shade 70WY, which W stands for warm, Y stands for yellow. And I really like that they labeled the foundations like this because it really helps you be able to tell which shade range you're going to be in. This is the packaging. It is so gorgeous. It is so pretty, y'all. They did a great job with the packaging, and I'm a sucker for packaging. I also went on their website and it gives a really cool guideline of like how to find your shade. Like it'll ask you if you're more warm, if you're cool, and it'll give you examples of what those are. So I feel like it's really good for beginners, especially if you're not really sure on how to pick out your foundation. I think going on their website and going through that is really going to give you like the top 4 foundations that would work for you. This is the foundation. Let's read the box. It says that it is flexible, breathable, real skin, matte finish, which is great if you have oily skin, which I do. And it says it's medium buildable coverage. For me, I typically like a full coverage, but the fact that it says it's buildable, it sounds like we can get it to a full coverage. It also says that it doesn't transfer. It minimizes the appearance of pores. Stays true to color, waterproof, vegan formula. Says it does not contain animal-derived ingredients or byproducts. So, sounds really great. Before I start applying it, I do want to show you guys the consistency of this. Hopefully you guys can see this. Sometimes it squirts everywhere, so I'm trying to be careful. But yeah, it's got like this serum type of, it kind of feels watery. So to me, it reminds me a lot of a serum. So that's the kind of consistency it has. I did a couple pumps When I first filmed this video, I did one pump just to see what it would give me, and I feel like it gave me like a light coverage, not even a medium. So I had to go in with maybe 4 or 5 pumps to get a full coverage, because that's just who I am. So I have to stay true to that. But yeah, I just want to apply this. And guys, I did forget to put on a primer, but whatever. I'm not going to be wearing this all day anyway. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and start applying it with my Real Technique sponge. And this was quite a few pumps. This was like, I probably did 3 or 4 pumps of this. So let's see what it gets me to. It blends out really easy. I know some foundations, like once you put it on, if you don't blend it out, it's gonna dry up, but this is very like creamy, not creamy. Creamy is not the word because it's more of like a serum feel, but basically it's not gonna dry up on you really fast. So you definitely have time to blend it out. And this foundation, it feels really lightweight on the skin. So that's a plus, especially for summer. I know for me, I don't like to feel too cakey in the summer. So this is really nice if you're like into lightweight foundations. So this is what 3 to 4 pumps gives me. I would say my biggest problem areas are probably here and then around my mouth with my hyperpigmentation. So here I have some acne scars, and I really like to cover those, and then the darkness, and then the darkness under here. But I don't really worry too much under here because concealer usually does the trick for that. So this coverage is fine. It definitely is like a medium coverage. With one pump, it was definitely just a light coverage, but like it said on the packaging, it is buildable, and that's very true. And even if you keep building it up, it's not gonna feel heavy or cakey, which is the nice thing. Now, I will say you do get 1 ounce of product in here, 1 fluid ounce of product in here, and I can definitely see me running through this pretty quick just because I'm a full coverage gal, and it's just gonna take me quite a few pumps to get there. So that's another thing that you need to be aware of. It's really all about preference. And like what you want your foundation to do. And this, I don't like how serum-y it is, and I guess that's what makes it feel lightweight, but just when you spray it out, I feel like it's gonna like spray everywhere, and it actually has. And so that's one thing I haven't enjoyed, so just be careful. I would advise you not to go all the way down on your pump because it will go everywhere and you're gonna be pissed. Especially if you already have your clothes on for the day. You're going to be pissed, I promise. So I'm gonna do a couple more pumps, and I think that's gonna get me to the coverage that I want. Okay, so now I am to the coverage that I like, which is full. It took me quite a few pumps to get there, but I still love that my skin still looks like skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a bunch of foundation, nor does it feel like I'm wearing a bunch of foundation. So I feel like this is really nice for the summer. It's not super matte. It's like a demi matte, I think, because it doesn't feel drying, but it also doesn't feel dewy, if that's, yeah, it doesn't feel dewy, but then it doesn't feel dry. So I feel like it's definitely a demi matte finish. But yeah, I really like the coverage of it. I like the feel of it. Now let's go ahead and move on to the concealer. So this is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer, and it says up to 24-hour wear. I also got the shade 70 NY in this. I just felt like it would be the best. I don't like to go too light with my concealers. I do want to note that just because these are the same shades, it is not actually the same shade. You can see, if my camera's picking it up, the concealer is a little bit lighter than the foundation. So don't think that it's going to be exactly the same, because it's not. The concealer is just like, I would say, a shade or 2 lighter than the foundation, which is what I like. So, oh, let me show you the packaging. So this is the packaging of the concealer. It's really, really pretty, just like the foundation. And this is the applicator. This is about how much product comes out. I feel like for me, the way I like to do my concealer, this gives me the perfect amount of concealer that I need. I don't have to go back and double dip, which is nice. So I'm just gonna do my concealer like I would do any other day. So I feel like that gave me like the perfect amount. Usually with other concealers, I have to dip in again and take some of the product off because it's too much. But this, it's pretty clean. It doesn't get all gunky and nasty, which is nice. So this concealer, it says that it is a, oh, I just dipped again. It's just a habit. Anyways, this concealer says that it is full coverage. So I'm gonna blend it out. And again, this is not a first impressions video for me. It was going to be, but it's not now since I'm refilming this. But let's go ahead and blend it out. Again, if you want the fullest coverage, use a brush, but I just prefer a sponge. I know it's gonna soak up a lot of my product, but I just love the finish that it gives. So I'm gonna go in with my Real Technique sponge and start blending this out. So this is one eye done with the concealer. The concealer said that it is full coverage. I feel like it's more of a medium coverage, but that's just my opinion. I do have some dark circles and I can definitely still see the dark circles poking through. I don't know if you guys can tell like on camera, but I can definitely see it looks nice and it looks natural and it's not creasing or anything, but it's not full coverage. So I'm gonna blend out the other side. Okay, so now the foundation and the concealer are on. My final thoughts on the concealer are that it is nice, like it's got a nice finish. I love that it's creamy. I love the applicator, how it doesn't get, or the packaging itself, it doesn't get nasty and gunky over here, which I've noticed my Tarte Shape Tape does that a lot. And I feel like it gives you like the perfect amount of product to where you don't have to double dip. So that's really nice. As far as it being full coverage, I do not think that this is full coverage. I feel like it's more of a medium coverage because I can still see my dark circles poking through. It's not a big deal, but that's just something I wanted to note. If you're looking for a super full coverage concealer, this ain't it, okay? Overall, my thoughts on this foundation and concealer are that it's pretty nice. It's really good. I love the packaging. I love that they revamped it and came out with something new. I feel like this is good for if you're looking for something every day, you know, for work, to run errands with. I feel like this is really good. Now, if you're looking for like a full beat to the gods, full coverage foundation, like I don't think you're gonna like this just because you have to use so much product to get it to full coverage. But it is nice, I think, for the summer. I'm in Texas and it's super hot, so I just don't want to feel like I'm wearing a bunch of stuff and I don't feel like that. So for me, I really like it. I give it a thumbs up. Would I repurchase? I think I would repurchase the foundation because I actually really like it and I like how it feels lightweight. The concealer, I do not think I would repurchase the concealer just because I need my concealer to cover up these dark circles and I don't feel like it's doing the best job. But one thing I can note is that it definitely didn't crease and it doesn't look cakey underneath the eye. So that's a good thing. I guess if you don't have dark circles like me, then you might actually really like the concealer, but it's just not for me. That's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna purchase this foundation. And if you already have and you've tried it, let me know what you think. All right, until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.